The San Antonio Spurs just signed De'Aaron Fox to a 4-year, $229 million max contract. And at just age 27, the Spurs have Fox locked up going into his prime years. In this video, we're going to look at what's made Fox one of the most dynamic point guards across the NBA, and how his skill set will fit with San Antonio's young core going forward. Now, with the ball in his hands, I think Fox easily does his best work in the open floor, where his blend of speed and ball control allows him to cook the backpedaling defense. And because he's so fast off the dribble, he has no problem creating blow-bys with simple straight-line drives. We'll see him here read the defense loaded up towards the middle, so all he's going to do is push the ball across to his left and get all the way past Cunningham's frame. And when Fox does commit to making moves, he's got very good control off the dribble, being able to shift his weight from side to side to create attacking angles. We'll see him hit Jaden McDaniels with a simple in and out, to then take 2 hard dribbles and glide to the rim. So again, that simple blend of ball handling and speed makes Fox really tough to handle in the open court. If the defense isn't honed in while converting back, Fox can pretty easily slice into the lane for 2 points. But then on top of that, De'Aaron also has really good footwork and control in the paint, where he can initiate contact to create scoring windows, or use his strides to gather and maneuver around sides in the paint. And that control also allows Fox to slam the brakes and rise up for floaters in the lane. Watch him here attack across the middle, but as Anthony Edwards slides up to provide extra help, he's just going to simply stop on 2 and rise up for this easy runner. I like how he sets up this shot, by again attacking across the middle, but this time he's going to lower his shoulder and get into the defense's body to bump him back and create space to elevate. Another big part of De'Aaron's scoring in transition is just being able to attack matchups in early offense. Typically, if a team is playing with pace, it makes it easier for them to force cross matchups, which then leads to more easy blow-bys for Fox. And then even if the defense is able to get the matchup they want, the Spurs can still create space for him to play one-on-one. Boston here has one of their better perimeter defenders on the ball, but look how San Antonio is just going to clear out the entire left side of the floor, giving him all this daylight to play one-on-one.
As he drives to the arena each day.
Now, when switching over and looking at Fox's scoring in the half court, everything stems from him playing out of pick and roll. Obviously, if the defense isn't super tight on their coverages, or they allow Fox to cleanly turn the corner, he's going to be a handful to deal with coming downhill. He can either slice all the way towards the basket, or use that footwork and touch to torch Big sitting back in a deep drop. And again, this is where I think Fox's balance and footwork in the paint is massively overlooked. We'll see him here briefly hesitate off the screen, to then pick up through contact to draw the foul. He's going to hit the same move here, by again lifting up his level and getting back to that low pickup. But now he's going to decelerate off that right foot, and pop up for a vertical runner. And then even if the big steps up and meets him at the level, Fox also has all the tools to create driving angles. This move here is sick, where the big steps up towards the level, and Fox initially looks to split it back towards the middle. But once he feels this defender's stance open up, he's going to flow into his spin move back over towards his right. Now, the next big part of Fox's pick and roll scoring is going to be his mid-range game. Last year with the Spurs, Fox shot over 51% on all his in-between jumpers, and these are shots he can pretty easily create. Because the defense is so freaked out about that downhill driving, the Spurs are going to set this play up with a horns action, and as soon as Fox turns the corner and drops his level, look how that naturally pushes the defense back into the paint, making it easy for him to pick up and rise up. And once he turns the corner, Fox is pretty good at keeping his dribble alive and navigating 2 open spots. He can snake it across the paint and find open jumpers, or attack uphill to create space. So when it comes to putting pressure on the rim and scoring in the mid-range, Fox has pretty much all the tools you could ask for out of a point guard. He's arguably the fastest player in the NBA, he has great touch and control in the paint, and he's one of the most efficient in-between scorers across the league. If I had to nitpick one thing, I would like to see Fox improve his 3-point shooting off the dribble. Last year with the Spurs, Fox shot below 25% on all his pull-up threes, and his numbers in Sacramento were also nothing to write home about. If Fox isn't a consistent shooter from behind the line, it does handicap how reliable he can be as a scorer on a night-to-night basis, because then teams can just sit back and live with him taking off the dribble threes in high volume. But regardless of that, the defense still has to respect Fox as an overall scorer, which naturally opens up his playmaking. First, that rim pressure makes it easy for him to collapse the defense, leading these routine kickout passes. Look how deep he pulls this defender down in gap by taking just one dribble off the screen, and that turns into a warm-up shot on the wing. And when Fox slices into the lane, he's a pretty good overall decision maker. He doesn't read the floor or manipulate the defense quite as well as other elite playmakers, but he does have a good feel of reading where the defense is shifting and finding the open man. Out of pick and roll, Fox also checks pretty much all the boxes as a passer. If he receives an aggressive coverage, he can needle these tight pocket passes or use his length to jump up and drop dimes from over the top. And when coming off, Fox can also read the second side of the floor pretty effectively, being able to laser skip passes, plus capitalize on the help defense over committing to different spots on the floor. Notice how this help defender stunts down to help on the roller. So Fox in response is going to whip this one-hand dime back across the wing.
Draws two bodies. Castle,
and again, while Fox may not map the floor quite as well as a Luka Doncic or Nikola Jokic, he still has other tools he can use to break down the defense. For example, his speed is enough by itself to navigate aggressive double teams. Look here how instead of forcing a skip pass over the splits, he instead uses his speed to maneuver past the defense, to then drop this dime in the paint. So all those tools from De'Aaron's slashing, mid-range scoring, and overall facilitating makes him a pretty seamless fit alongside Victor Wembanyama. First, Victor is easily the best rollman across the NBA. He can pop out behind the line, and nobody in the paint can stop him as a vertical lob threat. And Wemby's gravity as a roller leads to endless breakdowns for the defense. It gives Fox more space to work with as he turns the corner, plus it also pulls the help defense down towards the lane, opening up more kickouts to the perimeter. When looking at all the juice that Fox has as an on-ball creator and playmaker, along with the ridiculous amount of attention that Wembanyama pulls from the defense, the Spurs already have the foundation to be a really good offense going into next season. Plus, they have other talented players in Stephon Castle and Devin Vassell. I think going forward, everything is going to depend on how much San Antonio's young players develop. But regardless of how long that takes, having De'Aaron Fox on the court will for sure keep their offense afloat. Now, when switching over and looking at Fox's defense, I don't really have any strong opinions one way or the other. Physically, Fox does have the speed, length, and stability to hold his own against a variety of matchups on the perimeter. Plus, all those tools make him a very effective defender off the ball in gap or on the weak side. I think when Fox is honed in, he can be a pretty disruptive defender at the point of attack. But the truth is, his intensity can be pretty up and down. There's times where he dives off the screens and puts his team at a disadvantage, or he gets caught in no man's land off the ball. But honestly, I don't see things like this making or breaking San Antonio's defense. They already have the best defensive anchor in the league, plus other aggressive and lengthy defenders all over the court. But I think if Fox is honed in on a night-to-night basis, he can easily be an above-average backcourt defender. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments who the kids should break down next. The kids are